Okay, so I'm now recording. Hello and welcome to Bio 100. So my name is Jacqueline Kalla. I'm the professor of this course. I've been teaching at Chandler Gilbert for 3 years, but teaching at the college level for quite a while. I also have a fair amount of experience teaching online, but I know not many of you have experience as a student online. So just recognize that I'm here to help you get through it. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. So in the Getting Started module, you will have access to the schedule for our course. So this is sort of the master document that I recommend either printing or saving so you have easy access to it. This master document outlines all of the assignments for the course and when they're due. So the general format of this course is we will have assignments due every Wednesday and Sunday at 11 p.m., and that's Phoenix time. So the assignments for this course include Nearpods. So Nearpods are basically a way for me to deliver lecture content. So you don't have to download anything. You'll just go into the Nearpod directly, and it's going to take you to that platform. So I'm going to stop sharing really quickly. Welcome, Trace. I'm just going to mute you so there's no background. So yeah, this is kind of the layout of modules and how that works. You will also have BioBeyond assignments. So BioBeyond is this really cool program where you get to engage with real world science. So you go on field trips and you get to see things around the world in sort of like this 3D simulation world. So I think it's pretty cool and I hope that you enjoy it too. We'll also have either lab activities or class discussions. You will rarely have both at the same time. These at-home lab activities, basically what you're going to be doing is watching a video or interacting with some kind of online simulation and typing up your answers in a document and uploading it to Canvas. So I can show you what that looks like as we navigate through. The only other type of activity we'll have are class discussions. So these class discussions are where we get to talk about controversial topics, such as vaccines or religion and evolution. So I strongly encourage you to voice your opinion, no matter what it is, even if you think it's different than the rest of the class. What's really important to me is I create a learning environment that's safe for everyone, no matter your background and no matter your opinions. So hopefully you feel comfortable sharing those. But it's also equally important that you remain respectful of your classmates. So recognize you're not all going to have the same view, and that's okay. It's okay to challenge each other too, just need to do it respectfully. So navigating back to Canvas, what I want you to do, one of the first things I want you to do is change your notification settings. So you're going to go under Accounts in Canvas, Notifications, and you'll want to make sure that your announcements go to your email directly as well as submission comments. So submission comments are the primary mechanism by which I provide feedback to you throughout the course. So you'll know how to improve, you'll know what it is that I'm looking for. And if you don't have that notification setting, you might not see it at all. Announcements, you also want the immediate notification because this is when I'm giving real-time updates on course information that you'll want to have access to. The next thing you'll want to do is walk through the Getting Started module. This is orienting you to the technology that we're going to be using in class, the syllabus, expectations. So all of those assignments are due Wednesday at 11 p.m. So once you've completed those, we'll jump into kind of the bread and butter of our class or the real lesson content. So one of the first lessons is this Nature of Science Nearpod. And in here, and for the remainder of the class, you'll see these guided notes. So these are in the form of a Google Doc, but if you don't like working in Google Docs, you can always download them as a Word document. These guided notes are just what they sound like. You're going to be using these to follow along to the Nearpod, and that way you're capturing kind of the most important takeaways from the Nearpod. These are entirely optional. You don't have to turn them in, they're just notes, but I highly encourage that you take advantage of them. Students in the past who got an A in my course said using the guided notes was the #1 reason why they were successful in the course. And that's likely because when I'm building the comprehension assessments for this course, I have the guided notes in front of me. Which leads me to the comprehension assessments. So we have a total of 4 of these comprehension assessments throughout the semester. They're basically like mini exams. And for these comprehension assessments, you'll need Lockdown Browser and a webcam. So Lockdown Browser, basically it just locks you into Canvas so you can't open up other windows or other tabs. And then the webcam is so that I can make sure that you're not cheating during the exam. So if you don't have a webcam, make sure you get one of those right away. And then I want to give you just a really brief orientation to BioBeyond, that cool program that we're using. So BioBeyond, the assignment descriptions are going to look something like this. Each of them take about an hour to an hour and a half, similar to what you would be doing in an in-person lab. So if you open up BioBeyond, it's going to look something like this. And you can navigate down at the bottom through all of the units. So the first unit we're working through is Biology Bootcamp. And these are the first 2 assignments. This one is found in the Getting Started module, and this is one of the real assignments. So you can click on Begin Listen and work through it. So one important thing about BioBeyond is the grades don't automatically sync with Canvas. So if you complete the BioBeyond, you're like, wait, why am I not seeing it in Canvas yet? That's just because I haven't updated it. But you can always check BioBeyond for your grades to make sure that you're on pace. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is just one of the example at-home labs, so you have a sense of what that looks like. It's not like you have to go buy anything from the grocery store or anything like that. Basically, what it's going to look like is you'll have some data that you need to analyze, or you will watch a video and answer some questions about it, etc. This first one, it's not due for a couple of weeks, but it's what's called a fillable PDF. So you'll be typing in your answers, and then when you're done, you can save it and upload it back to Canvas in that way. So I know I'm giving you a quick run through, but bear with me. One of the other things I wanted to talk about was live meetings. So this class is asynchronous, meaning we don't have to physically or virtually meet every week. But I will be hosting 30-minute meetings every week that are live for you to join in. These live meetings are to cover kind of the most difficult concepts from the week before. They're not mandatory, and if you can't make any of the meeting times, I will be recording them and publishing them as announcements for you to view on your own time. I also have virtual office hours. So if you navigate to Cisco WebEx and office hours, you can see all of my available times, select a time slot and schedule it, and we can meet virtually one-on-one if you have any specific questions. So I think that's about it. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and open it up to any questions. Feel free to use the chat or unmute yourselves.
I do have a question. So for the WebEx, are we using the same like link and the passcode for here, or will there be duplicates for the other meetings?
There will be duplicates, but if you're going to attend one a week, you don't have to attend more than one because it's just going to be the same exact content. But you'll still get to that meeting the same way you got to this one. So you'll navigate to Cisco WebEx, virtual meeting, and then select on the time that you're going to be joining. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so I'm going to stop recording.